Spot. We are having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinite Series Hobgoblin Wave. We're having a look today at Spider-Man. Spider-Man has the other leg in order to put together Hobgoblin, so I thought it was perfect to do this figure next. Spider-Man comes with a pizza, he comes with a partially removed mask, and comes with, of course, multiple hands. Packaging wise, of course, it uses the same packaging as the other Marvel Legends that we had a look at, complete with the Spider-Mans on the sides. Flip around to the back of the package. There is what the unmasked or partially unmasked Spider-Man looks like holding his pizza. And a brief read-up says, a radioactive spider bite made Peter Parker a superhero, but he still gets hungry. Good way to add that in there as well. To build Hobgoblin, you actually need 6 figures. You need all 6 figures, according to this. Although, to be fair, it looks like Daredevil, without actually looking at the figure yet, looks like he only comes with the pumpkin bomb. If I'm reading that right, he only comes with the pumpkin bomb. The other figures, though, are Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, Spider-Man 2099, Warriors of the Web, Spider-Girl, Warriors of the Web, Spider-Woman, and Daredevil. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Spider-Man Build-A-Figure of Hobgoblin, and we're having a look today at Legends Infinite Series Spider-Man. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Before we look at Spider-Man, let's have a look at the one accessory that, well, the one figure building accessory that comes included with him, and that is the other leg to build Hobgoblin. Spot was successful enough to get the other leg on, and the problem was that I put the leg on the wrong way. He should be facing outward. I was facing it inward, and that's why it just wasn't fitting into place. So you take the other leg, snap it into place, and as you can see, it stays in place. That was Hasbro trying to tell me you were putting them on the wrong way. Fine work, Spot. Fine work. And there you have Hobgoblin. Not really much to be said so far. He's only got a leg, 2 legs and a torso, no arms, no head, but he's coming along. We're making progress. That's good. Put him to the side. Spider-Man looks awesome. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Spider-Man looks awesome. He's not perfect. No, he's got some issues. I guess paint, for the most part, is pretty clean. There are a little bit of slippage going on here, though, where red from the torso has kind of gone into the blue. And the shoulder area gets a little bit of that going on there as well. And I find his shoulder areas tend to be a little darker than the rest of his body. But the rest of it, though, is really nice. And surprising, we won't touch base on it just yet, but surprising, though, that he has the amount of articulation that he has. Like, shoulders. What? Shoulders he has, which is not something you see with a lot of Spider-Man toys anymore. This is like Toy Biz days going on here. Yeah, I really like the look of the figure. He feels short. And maybe let's do some comparisons. We've already done figures like Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman. Okay, he's a little bit taller than Spider-Woman. And bring in Stumpy McStumpins. There's Anti-Venom. You know, yeah, he is sized right. Though, again, Venom just looks stumpy. So maybe he's not as short as I think he is, but it just feels like the scale of figures nowadays just seems smaller. Am I the only one that sees that? I feel like the Spider-Man classic figures just seemed like proportionately they were taller. Maybe again, it's just me. Spider-Man's got this really weird looking butt. Why do I feel the need to point that out? I just feel like his lower torso, he's big, and proportionately he's fine as a teenager for the top torso that he has, but Spider-Man is very malnourished. Look how thin his torso is. Spider-Man needs to eat. That's what I think. He needs to seriously eat. But I really love this figure. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now he does have an alternate head. This maybe could be the reasoning for wanting to pick up more than one. He has a partially lifted mask face, which we can swap out by just taking the head, popping it off the ball joint like that, and popping the new head. It's kind of easier sometimes to rotate the head as you pop it back onto the socket. And I don't think I got it completely. No, we didn't. Let's try putting a little more pressure on it. Doesn't help either that it's on a hinge joint. There he is. And you have the partially masked, lifted up face, which is a perfect segue for the other accessory that it comes included with, and that is a slice of dripping, gooey, cheesy goodness pizza. I don't know what brand it is. I don't even know what brands Peter would be into. I'm thinking it would be like some sort of New York, like Louis or Vinny's or something like that. But you can see that the pizza is sculpted perfectly, that it fits in between his fingers. You see that? That is well sculpted, my friends. Well sculpted. And you can again have, you know, Peter, old Petey, eating a pizza in between fighting the Sinister Six. You can also have him hanging upside down, I guess, eating the pizza. Although gravity, you would think that the cheese would be dripping the other way, but there you go. Other accessories that come included with Spider-Man. Again, he's got, of course, he would have multiple hands. He's kind of got the equivalent of this hand, an open hand to this one, that you can swap out for his spider shooting hand. Or you can swap this hand out for another web shooting hand. And then he's got a couple of closed fists. I don't ever display Peter with closed fists, or Spider-Man for that matter, with closed fists. If anything, web shooting hands are the way to go for me, or a lot of times I would just resort to the open hands. I just like the look of Spider-Man with open hands. In the way of his articulation, again, this is what really impresses me. Whereas we've seen the other ones usually just have that peg hinge joint, Spider-Man also does have the shoulder crunch joint, that hinge joint that they don't put in many figures anymore, but they get to put in on Spider-Man. Like, again, I swear looking at this, I feel like I'm looking at a Toy Biz Spider-Man. It has all the details that you find now with new Spider-Man figures, but the articulation that you appreciated so much with the older Spider-Man figures. So it's kind of like a great mix between the two. Ball hinge joint, or ball joint in the neck socket, and then a hinge joint in the neck allows for a lot of movement in Peter's head. He's got the swivel in the bicep, nice double bend in the elbow, swivel and hinge in the wrist. He's got the upper torso crunch as well as a swiveled waist. And then the legs go forward, back, out, because it has a nice ball joint there. Swivel the thigh. He has a double bend at the knee. And now this is the thing that threw me off. I thought he would have actually had a swivel at the boot section, but he actually doesn't. This is just all painted in. He does, however, have a hinge, which hinges back and forth on the foot, and a hinge that moves back and forth this way as well. So while, yes, he doesn't have... I mean, really, who still makes use of a hinge joint in the boots? Even if that's swiveled, would it really make much difference? Because you do have a swivel point up here. That's probably okay. I love this figure. I love that he does, first of all, come with an interchangeable head. So, I mean, you can get a couple of different options for Spider-Man if you so wish. The inclusion of the pizza is not something that you would normally find with Marvel Legends. In fact, that's really a page taken from Diamond Select's books. Diamond Select are more about these little fun nods, like, hey, you know what, for no reason, let's just give Spider-Man a piece of pizza to eat. That's not something that Marvel Legends tends to do, so it's kind of neat that they would decide to do that. I know there's enough Spider-Man certainly out there over the course of the time that we've been collecting Marvel Legends together, you and me, and Billy makes 3. This is one of those figures that just stands out because they did something a little bit different than just simply giving us a Spider-Man. And for that, I thank you. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinite Series Spider-Man from the Hobgoblin wave. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. Of course, we're also going to be having a look more at the Spider-Man figures as we finish Hobgoblin. I'll see you guys next time.